Well, hello. How's everybody doing today? Joseph Sunderman here. Just getting started with my day, getting into the studio, and I thought I would jump on here as a trial run. Again, I have a lot of stuff to get done, a lot of recordings to do, but I do want to get to the point where I'm streaming on LinkedIn, some valuable workshop type stuff. Hoping to kick that off in August as Navicore kicks in, and we're going to go live with all this and try to go national, make a company that starts creating creative techs, account managers that are managing tech plans using the master tech plan model. This is a model I've worked on for a long time. I've had a MSP type company, Icora, for 5+ years, and kind of developing this master tech plan on the back end of all that. And now that Icora is like basically not what like I don't want to do MSP anymore. I don't want to have people complaining to me because I'm hosting their servers in my basement and people using those servers for their own gain instead of helping the small businesses that we do. Like it's really hard to have partnerships and things. Like I tried to do the data center thing. I did it for 5+ years, and yeah, not now. Hey, what's going on, Mama? let's go ahead and try walking you through this. Yeah, because it's going to be difficult with me not being there. So let's do our best to coordinate here. Now, is this the screen that I would normally tell you to change the input on? You have to
No.
hit the back button. That's a different monitor, right?
Different monitor, yeah.
So this one should never have to be touched. What on the back of it, is it hard to see where it runs to? Where that there's two cables in the back of it. One's a power cord,
All right.
and the other one is the video
other
cord.
And the other one runs to the what's this thing called?
Docking station.
The docking station, yeah.
Unplug it from the back of the docking station and plug it back in and see if something happens.
And plug it from the docking station.
Yeah, and plug it from the docking station and plug it, the monitor, that is. Whatever
Okay.
cord the monitor is coming from back of the monitor into that docking station.
The monitor is, okay, unplug it.
Yep.
Okay. All right, it went dark.
And while you're doing
Plug it
that,
back in.
plug it back in.
Okay. Yeah, this is encouraging. Now it's got stuff on it.
Well, let's
You
see.
know
if-
how I always have my screen filled with all these things I never save. I just keep on the desktop. Let's see something here. Hey, now the mouse shows up on it.
I bet you that's all it needed was reseated.
Yeah, I had unplugged the plug.
The
but not-
power, yeah,
power.
that's. I assume since you said it was on and it was doing stuff, it had power. Is the video that needed to be reset because for whatever reason it just wasn't getting a good signal. So sometimes what we just did will fix that. But it looks like you're up and running the way you're supposed to be now, right?
Yeah, let me ask you this question. You know, on the other monitor, you always have me put the button on the back.
Yep.
If it's not showing when I do that, it's not showing what it normally shows that I do every morning, but it's working fine.
Yeah.
There you go.
The only thing is that we're going to have to get back to that setting if it needs changed again. So the way to get to it, like if you hit the button, it's probably on a weird menu. What menu is it on? Like what options do you get if you hit the button right now?
I hit the button, and I usually hit the button, and it just shows it doesn't show anything at that point. And then when I hit the button, push the button up to an up thing,
Yep.
it says 24 monitor, brightness, contrast, input source, color, display.
Yeah,
menu,
that's where you would go down to input and choose which input to use. But it's on the right input right now because it's working right. So
yeah, it's working fine.
So that's all we need to know is that if we need to change whatever it's on, and I know when you push the button, you press up, it brings that menu up. Maybe if you press left or right, it'll give you just the input menu right away instead of having to go down to it. I don't know, but hitting up gives us a menu to get to the input settings. So I'm not that worried about it at this point. I think you're good for where you are. If you have a problem, give me a call.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the quick service.
Yeah, and if I'm not available, the service desk is always there too. I'm just saying, like,
I know, but
I'm always happy to help.
I know. I'm sorry I do that, but
Hey, if I can help, I will. You know that. It's just
I understand.
Sometimes I'm not around, and I just feel bad because I told you I'd call you right back in a few, and it took me an hour and 15 minutes to get back to you. So as long as you're patient, I'm patient. That's all.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank
Randy.
you so much.
Have a good
See
one,
ya.
boss. Got my mic on. Streaming. I'm streaming. How's everybody doing? Okay. I'm sorry. It's been a little bit hectic here so far. But what we've got here is, am I locking myself out? 6-digit code. Now that's what I'm talking about. We can do that. Oh no, no, that's not what I want to do. Yeah, it's okay. All right. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Bup, 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 bup. All right. Mr. Gates.
Alan needs a code to continue helping
For helping who?
Jerry.
Oh, okay. What's the issue? I never was there a text? Shit, I haven't even looked yet. Oh yeah, I was going to go help Chrissy. I saw that email.
Chrissy's fixed.
Okay, good. Wegman Jerry 2-factor FPS setup and eManage is too slow. Well, now that they're in the cloud, that's on them.
He needs the 2-factor authentication for Microsoft.
Yeah. Is he giving me a code to type in, or am I typing in a code? Or yeah, I have a request for admin at Wegman.
50.
50 is the number.
Is that fit? Wait a minute. Yeah. 50.
Then he should already be in.
We're good. eManage is running slow.
Yeah, that's in the cloud now. It's not on our servers anymore. So if it's running slow, we're gonna have to get a hold of eManage. I'll talk to him about it. Let him know. Just take
Okay.
care of the 2-factor. I'm here at Wegman. I didn't know if you guys knew that or not. I should have texted you guys on my way here. I meant to. Anyway, are you ready to chat now, or do you need a few more?
Do you have everything you need, Alan? I guess I'm ready.
Well, I need a few minutes. Can we do 10:15, and I'll send you an invite?
Okay.
All right, thanks. Bye. you, and you, talking to you, and you, talking to you too, in a blurry format, but I'm talking to you. One, A cam, B cam, board cam. Yeah, we got the cams. We're all set up. It is July 21st, 2025. And that's our segment for today. Done. You got it all here, guys. You got it all first. You got it here first. You heard it here first today. What the fuck? Whatever. Mhm. All right, I'm gonna go get a few things done. Yeah, shit looks good. I'm actually pretty satisfied with it. Now, if only we could start doing workshops, getting people in here. Oh, ew. Gonna have to get rid of that logo. Can't use that. No siree. No. No. I need to make an intro video. Mm. All right. Enough of all that noise. What's everybody doing today? All right, we got work to do. First things first. Finances. Let's get that shit together. All right. I do need to reach out to Netta Jenkins and get her to let me be on her show and vice versa. Jack Mass, I don't know who you are, but don't reach out to me like we know each other. It's weird. All right. I guess it's a perfect time. This Monarch shit's bothering me. I probably should get in here and get it done. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, I got this email with Jay. I guess we can jump in there. There he is.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, what's your week looking like so far?
A million things. I don't know. I have a bunch of stuff going on everywhere.
You and me both. So, yeah, I thought I had an admin. Oh, I do have an admin session today at 2:00. Okay. I was like, I thought I had a review today. It's an admin session, not a review, but it's basically the same thing. But during the admin session, you got to get the wellness checklist and the make sure you're aligned on the core initiatives that we're working on, the 3 things. That way we can get hopefully something updated by the end of the quarter and published to the team. So part of the tech plan is to have continuous improvement, and we're not always going to meet our goals. That's on the company to do that. We're here to empower them. If they're not meeting their goals, that's them internally. We don't want that on us. So the way we do this is we put it on the client. And I would say you're in the same boat. The way I approach you, you don't, and you're the one that kind of forced this mindset of mine, and it's the right direction because everybody wants autonomy and be able to do their own thing. And here you are doing your own thing when we're supposed to be working together. At least I thought we were on this MTP thing. So that way, Kevin and Eric and all the business partners that we're going to do, they see us doing things consistently with this platform, and gets them buy-in on it and helps us grow, which is why I'm so adamant about us working together on things. But that just doesn't seem like something you're interested in doing. So I'm trying to empower you and give you the tools to do things on your own. At the same time, you're kind of doing things on your own and don't, I guess you don't want to collaborate that in depth. Is that what I'm like? Can you just be straight with me and tell me what you're doing? What's your plan?
Yeah. We're trying to survive. Trying to maintain the clients that we have.
I understand that you're being reactive and that you're trying to keep up at the moment, but at some point you got to make a plan and make moves moving forward. What's your plan? That's being tactical. I'm asking for what your plan is.
The plan is to figure out what we own and what we can salvage, and either reinvent ourselves or merge with somebody else.
Well, it doesn't sound like you have a plan. It sounds like you have a lot of possibilities. Like you need to pick something and like actually shoot for that and work towards it. Like what are you working towards happening?
Well, the immediate need, based on our conversation last week, is to move the servers.
Well, you got, the full tech stack, not just the servers. You got a lot of things like phones, splitting the Meraki, all that stuff. So what's your plan?
Alan's working on the phone system. Kevin's working on servers. Or I haven't talked to him yet. He's supposed to be looking into it.
I thought he's already giving you options for servers. I thought we were working to do 3Z. Is that not the?
You told me I had a week to get him off the server.
Yeah, that's if you're, again, it's not the servers, just the servers. It's off the full tech stack. Or you don't have to be off. You're going to pay for it if you're going to be on it. And yeah, I'm not doing this shit for free if you're not going to do the MTP with me, which is all I've been asking for this whole time. I know you said you're giving me my trips, the Hawaii trip and the Alabama trips, but like nothing's locked in yet, and I'm happy to get that done. But the MTP and those trips are the only thing I've asked for. That's that, and I know you guys help with the service desk. I'll give you that. And again, we can look at how I know that Alan put an hour into something the other day, which was kind of confusing to me, but I know you guys do put some time into things as far as service desk goes. So, we can lay it all out if you want to and exchange finances if you want. Like, I'm happy to do however you want to move forward, but like I do all this work and you just sit back and waiting for something to land and go, okay, yes or no. And like, what are you physically, like tangibly doing to move forward? And what is your plan?
I mean, I don't know that it's changed much since the February desired state. In order for us to work together, we need to be on an even playing field and know how much things cost.
Yeah.
And right now, you're holding everything over my head. And
Well, when you say you're going to work with somebody, then you find out that they're actively doing objectives and things, like those are the things that we're supposed to be working on together to build the pipelines. That way we get other people interested in it. So you don't think that's a shitty thing to do? You don't see that being fucked up at all?
what did I do?
It's about us doing reviews through the MTP. It's about us doing objectives through the objective pipeline. All of that's part of the MTP. We're supposed to be working within the MTP. It's a way to approach projects, problems, and having a clean way to have it all listed out. And you guys seem to be running a separate operation in the background. And I keep telling you that's the rub. And you're like, okay, well then let's do it. Okay, let's do it. So I start doing it. Then you're like off over here doing your own thing. And it's like,
Well, the rub is every time we do something together, you own it. And we have no control over it.
well, first of all, I do own the MTP and the tech stack because I want to keep the quality of it up there. But you're telling me that you don't benefit from that at all? Are you telling me that if I own it, I'm demanding funds, I'm demanding things, or is everything in a structure that's clean and secure and managed properly, and you have access to that tech stack even, and part of the whole mission is for you to own it at some point and merge in with, like, you're supposed to be owning the thing that I'm putting together. It's not mine, it's ours, but you're the one that has to be so controlling and own everything, and it has to be Jay Gates' name on everything. And then you project all that shit onto me as if I'm the control freak. I'm sitting here just trying to build, like, then you build the tech stack and we'll fucking follow your lead, Jay. How do you want to do this? You're acting like I'm holding you hostage. If you want to fucking move off of my phone system, if you want off the MTP, then move off of it. But you don't get to pick and choose and abuse it. That's not an option. And that's what you've been doing.
I've told you that the current model is unsustainable, that Cincy PCS is carrying too much of the weight. And
Well, I don't see Cincy PCS dissolving itself or you filing bankruptcy. I don't feel like I know that you're fucking dealing with this, but don't act like you're the only one that this is impacted. That's fucked up. I did everything in my power to keep Kodiak where they needed to be. I even went above schedule. I went ahead of schedule and got the lab for Azure setups. That way we can get that done. And you did not act. You did not do your part of it. I told you I'm happy to help. And that, if you guys would have figured out Azure, if Alan would have got trained on it, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. You guys would have the capability of moving to Azure on your own. Where would we be today if we would have just worked together and collaborated? How many more times does that have to happen before you see? So yeah, I am protecting myself and have been for a long time, trying to anyway. So yeah, I'm not going to sit here and act like my actions have been in some way to hurt you or put you in a bad position. I'm trying to grow a fucking business. I've been telling you that from day one. You're the one that just wants to stay this reactive, wing it all from fire from the hip shit, and that's just not how I operate. To me, that's the rub. You just refuse to work from a system and put objectives where they need to be and keep things transparent because you feel like you're going to lose something. So I have a plan. Is it going to go perfect? Probably not. It hasn't so far, but the plan at least gives us a North Star to point to. So as we're dealing with objectives and matters, at least we have something that we're working towards. Well, at least I do. If you're in a model, if your model is the way you're running things right now, is that how you want it? Where, like, how are you tracking your accounts and what they have?
On the spreadsheet.
So that's as far as you're going to take it. That's as far as evolutions you're going to go. It's spreadsheets are good enough. We don't need to have these sites and everybody have their own dashboards. You don't want to move to the dashboard platform.
That would be great,
So
but I can't afford it.
right now, the only thing it's costing you is a little bit of time to put the objectives into a pipeline and to work and to actually lead the things that you lead and follow where you're needed and trust the leaders with whatever initiatives and objectives that you're helping with, but not the lead of. You're not going to be the lead on everything. I'm not going to be the lead of everything. The point of this is to get to a point where we're only doing the objectives and initiatives that we want to do. And because of the system we built, everybody else is taking care of things the way that gives us the results that we want. That kind of consistency comes from having some kind of certain way to do this that we can manage. I built this fucking MTP up so that way I could work with people that don't believe they are capable of working that way. So yeah, this is a you choice, Jay, to work within the MTP or to have your side hustle and then come over here and ask the MTP for questions whenever you need help and have them, utilize it. And again, like however you're doing it now, it just doesn't work. And you think you're going to lose something if you do it. I don't know what your fear is, but this is a fucking old song and dance. And maybe Summit would rather work with you. Maybe they like the fact that they can keep their systems and just their pricing and keep you at bay and just be reactive support and charge you for everything. That's not what I want to do. I told you the week before last to get a meeting with Kevin as soon as possible. That was the only task I gave you at the time, that and to work on reviews. And do we have a meeting with Kevin yet?
He hasn't responded to my text. I talked to him Friday or Saturday. He was out of town on some kind of training. But you talked to him too, so I don't know where.
I talked to him briefly about the quotes. We had a meeting about the quotes he sent me. And in that meeting, I asked him if he's heard from you yet, because I told you to schedule a meeting with him. He said he hadn't heard from you.
Okay, well, I texted him every day last week, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Me neither. But what I do know is that I'm going to we're changing the model up for Navicore. We're going to have our own PSA, and his service desk is going to manage the PSA for Navicore's clients and keeping them, like, getting a new account set up under Navicor. I already got all that rocking and rolling. And I thought about having another company, either having the Wi-Fi up a company under her name to put all the services under. That way we can capture that and keep it separate from liability purposes to keep Navicor clean from actual tech stack management. I don't want to run into this ever again. It's the tech stack management side of things that get me. I mean, I would love to see us working together and doing shit to a certain point where you could get all that revenue. But yeah, like you're too afraid to collaborate and work as a team, and you're clenching onto that reactive too hard. You're not willing to evolve past it. So yeah, once I have my meeting this week, I'm hoping to have everything lined out by August 1st. I think the first in August, all my invoices are going to be from Navicor, are going to be consultancy only. Icora, I need to dissolve it as soon as possible, but it's probably going to go another month and just have the tech plan or the tech, the provided portion of the tech stack on that invoice. Yeah. You know, I've asked you if you want to put the ones that you think are graduating to proactive onto the PSA and have everybody else that's reactive go to Summit. You know, that is an option, Jay, to keep the tech plans. Do you have 10 clients that equal up $15,000 a month in recurring revenue?
No, all my clients together don't equal 14.
How many clients, like if you were to take your top 5 or top 10 clients, what revenue is that?
So maybe 10.
I don't know if this will give us a visual or not. We can try it. Well, these 11 here say it comes up to around 14,420, and that's with Schmidt not getting anything. That's with ABC Child Care paying 250, which we know that's not coming. I mean, are you paying? Is ABC Child Care paying something towards their tech plan to Cincy PCS?
Probably pay more than that.
Do you know how much it is?
I mean, I think the invoice is 264, but
250 is a good roundabout number to just for estimations and things of that nature. Is that good? Is that close enough for now?
Yep.
Cancer Family Care, are they still at 1,700?
yeah,
Dr. Bruce Younger, are they averaging at 725 a month?
Yep.
House Vets, they don't pay their bill, right?
right.
JKSM, are they paying their 550 a month?
Nope.
What do they pay?
They get 550 credit. I owe them like $15,000.
Okay, so you're doing that on trade right now, and that's so we should go ahead and minus 2,000 from this total number so far, right?
Yeah.
Schmidt, we've already talked about. Woodhouse Day Spa, are they still paying the 800?
Yep.
American Heating and Cooling, are they only at 675 right now?
Yep.
Hometown Title, are they at 1475? Does that sound right?
Yep.
And is this DLT and Brandy Core accurate? These two equaling
Yep.
out to be about 6,000, hell shit, $6,500 between those two alone.
Yep.
Yeah. So with your top 9 clients, you're doing about 12 grand. Does that sound about right?
Yep.
Now, if we were to drop everybody else, how much money would we lose? If we were only to focus on those 9 clients, and that was it.
Somewhere, but I mean, it depends on how you count it. If you're counting reoccurring revenue, $3,000. If you're counting sales, I don't know, 5. You know, and then are you counting gross sales or net sales or profit or?
Well, where I'm going with this is it's our energy and how much time we put into things. You know, once these tech plans are set, Jay, it literally is keeping them up to date. And you got to evolve them. You got to be constantly adding to it. You got to constantly be doing things. But that's why we have the MTP. If we do it across the board, if we're working on the MTP as a whole, that means every tech plan that we have is evolving. Because that's how we deliver our services. That's how everybody needs DKIM. Okay, well, we have our list of clients. That's the standard we need to put in the objective pipeline. It gets taken care of. And we review the progress and we keep it going. I've given us a platform and a way to work together to give us so much fucking maker time. It's disgusting. So then what do we do with that maker time? So Jay, this time I'm giving you right now, trying to get you to see the different ways of approaching work and to work differently. Put all these tech plans into this system. Now, this is like Hora's site right now. This is going away. I've exported this. We're going to rebuild the app in the Navicore tenant, and we're also building out the Navicore tenant to be like the showroom floor of how we manage tenants, if that makes sense. I haven't got my branding yet, but if you go to my login page for Navicore, and I think Kodiak did something similar. Like when you go to log in, you know how you get the big Kodiak logo in the background or whatever. And have you seen that?
Not if it's different than what they used to have.
Admin at KodiakChemicals.com.
Without the app.
See, that doesn't make sense. It's got to be. Yeah, it's not right either. It's got to be something like Kodiak. Do you remember what the. Fuck, I don't have my old laptop with me right now. Well, what's their SharePoint site? Do you remember? Kodiak.
And it might be Kodiak Chemicals at SharePoint.com because we spelled it wrong.
There it is. See how they have their logo back there behind it like that?
Mm-hmm.
When you're logging into your tenant. See, it was redirecting me to the generic Microsoft because I didn't have the tenant spelled right. But once I got it spelled right, you know, the on Microsoft, you replace the on Microsoft with SharePoint.com. That beginning is whatever you make that is the root. Every URL you create, you can't change that after the fact, which is a pain in the ass. But yeah, like we're going to brand the tenant and we're going to show it off, and it's going to have all the apps built into it. Like I'm really excited with the direction it's going, and I really need more tech plans in here. I'm excited for the prospect of Kevin bringing clients into this. I know it'll work, and I know clients will enjoy having a clean tech plan. The profile, remember I had a profile written out with the 8 service groups and you put information in there for it. Like I'm creating a standard PDF for each tech plan that's like, that can be generated from AI because that's how awesome this shit is and how structured it is. So I need your tech plans in this for us to work together. And if that's not something you're willing to do for me, because that's where the big value is for me. That's the main thing. It's more important to me than the trips. And you as a partner hearing that, and we're supposed to be working together, and where you are with helping me with this, do you see my frustration at all? Is it, you don't feel like that's not my ask is too much, I guess? Is that where you're at? Like where, yeah, just.
The issue is, and it hasn't changed, is
you want to own it.
No. But I don't want to be locked out because I do something that you don't like. Every time.
Well, right now you have access. You have access, and I've been nothing but helpful and encouraging and empowering. I've done nothing but support you guys and let those that are qualified into the systems into the tech plan that I've built. Alan, you know damn well I've given Alan access to what he needs. So, and I never want to be labeled and talked about the way that you're putting me in the light you're putting me in. That's not something that, I'm not okay with the way that you frame that. And it also shows to me that you do not value what I've built. You just want to have it yourself. Like it's like I want my phone service provider, my network configured for having sandbox clients and everybody on this awesome network and be able to VPN and do all this cool stuff. Mine. If it's not mine, I don't have full control over it.
That's not what it is.
That's what I'm hearing.
You literally went into Microsoft and made me a standard user the other day in my own fucking domain.
Correct.
Why?
Because I thought we had this. Alan and I are the admins in there. Is that not what we agreed on?
No.
I'm pretty sure that's what we agreed on.
No, you don't have the right to go into my domain in my company and disable me.
Am I not managing your tech stack? I'm confused.
I'm confused.
Okay. Let's get aligned here because I'm pretty sure that I manage your guys' tenant. Is that not true?
I'm pretty sure that, according to you, you own me and you manage everything because you've taken everything from me.
Jay.
And then you want me to give you more. and ask why I am fearful about doing anything with you. It's not because I want to own it. It's because you've literally locked me out of everything that I have in my own company.
Yeah, I don't want you accessing, and
so that you can break it or lock me out of it.
If I break it, then I'm liable for fixing it. And I do take on that. And right now, I think I do take on that responsibility. And, Alan and I have talked about this, and I don't know if you went behind my back and changed it again, but him and I, last time we talked, are aligned on, before we change anything major on whether it's the tenant, like whatever it is, him and I are aligned on it before we make any back-end changes. And he doesn't even want to make back-end changes, but I can't be the only one doing it. So if you're looking at what I'm doing as controlling and trying to manipulate things in a way where I'm in full control. No, I'm trying to do this in a way that keeps us all safe. And yeah, you should not be a global admin in a tenant.
So just randomly on July 11th, you decide that I shouldn't be global admin, even though I've been global admin for the last X number of years.
I was in there trying to get into the old partner stuff because I was trying to find something for Cutthroat Brand, and I don't know how you became a global admin because you weren't in the past. So I don't know when you got turned on as a global admin, but while I was in there, I saw that and I was like, yeah, no. Jay shouldn't be a fucking global admin for the tenant. Like, you're a user that works in it. I access email from time to time and I am a global admin, but I don't work from that tenant. I shouldn't even be using it, to be honest with you. I should not be a global ad. Joseph and I should do that underneath my own tenant, to be honest with you. Admin, that should be the tenant, global admin. And you're taking it to a place of, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say is like, I'm not even playing at the level you're arguing at. Why do we have to be down here in the fucking gutter and thinking negatively? Like, I'm up here trying to be secure and standardized and do things right. Am I perfect? Is it across the board? No, not with as small as we are, but I'm trying my best to do what I can as we go. Why do you need to be a global admin in the tenant?
Because I'm the owner of the company.
So you're going to go give, again, look at it however you want to look at it, Jay. I shut people off just for the hell of it. I'm somebody that just threatens for the hell of it. I'm just a control rule.
You've never done that before. You've never just shut people out of their own systems.
Have
You've
I?
never
Are you saying
away their?
I wake up on a Tuesday and just like, oh, I think I'll go shut somebody off today. I think if somebody gets disconnected from our services, there's usually a good fucking reason for it. And I'm sure it's not something done out of the blue. I'm sure it's communicated thoroughly. 1 second.
Okay.
What's up, boss?
Can I put my account on my Xbox here so I can play?
Can we talk about this after I'm off work today, buddy? I'm in the middle of work. I'm sorry.
Sorry. All right.
I love
See
you,
ya.
buddy. I'll call you later today, okay?
See ya.
What now? All right. Well, obviously, if you want to take over management of your tenant, everything, that's fine. Like, whatever you want to do, Jay. I just need to know what your plan is so I can act and plan accordingly myself. I have a review with Brandy Core tomorrow that I'm excited about. And I really think it would be better for us to go in there as a collaborative, which is something I've been trying to do this whole time. You're the one kicking and screaming, not wanting to collaborate and to have things organized and tracked and managed in a central system. That's just not how. That's not how we do things.
The issue is starting something that and maintaining it.
I've been maintaining this MTP for a long time. I've been very consistent with it. And I've watched you and the way you manage things and how it has hurt things, which is why I'm so adamant about this. So if you have a new system that you're wanting to use, great. If not, fucking just quit fucking going against the grain and let me lead this thing.
So what's your plan for tomorrow?
That all depends on you, big guy. And the plan is to show up and to get them to feel confident about their tech plan and to hopefully show them a path to a even more secure, modern way of managing their tech plan.
It just sounds like you're, I don't remember exactly how you just phrased that. I mean, they don't
The
have any
plan is to
questions.
show up and get them to feel confident about their tech plan and hopefully show them a path to even more secure, modern way of managing their tech plan.
Right, and I think that makes everything sound weak. Why could they not be confident in their tech plan already? And what do we need to do that there wouldn't be any question?
Well, you're the account manager. You know their tech plan right now. Do you feel confident in their tech plan and where they are?
I mean, I think that they need to be on a different server. They don't have money to do a phone migration, so it needs to be financed.
Well, here's the thing with that, Jay. Yeah, I don't even know what you're doing with the phone system right now, but our goal is to get their budget to be solid for the next 3 years. To let them know that the tech plan was built to line things up. We're coming to the end of this tech plan. And now we're going to be switching phone service. We're doing all this stuff. We don't want to fucking make money off of them for selling a phone system. What we want them to do is know that we're their internal IT department and we're going to keep costs as low as possible. And right now the budget is this. To get through the next 3 years, we need a budget of this, and we'll do our best we'll add new phones, we'll do this, we'll do that, but we need you to agree to this budget. Month after month, auto pay with ACH if possible. This amount needs to come out of the checking account on the first of every month.
And they've already,
Whatever that's the rub, is getting that number to be as big as, I don't want to say take advantage of them. I mean, we don't want it to be big just for the sake of it being big, but we want it to be fair and we want it to be enough to cover their needs for the next 3 years. And your job is to align their tech plan with the overall standards of the master tech plan within the pricing model that we have established. And if you have to break the rules, we sit down in a review and we look at it and we come to alignment together. If there's a third account manager like Kevin coming in, he'll probably be there for conversations on bigger accounts too. That's us collaborating and working as a team for a bigger picture for this company. And if it sounds weak, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know everything and I have it all figured out. I'm all ears to make it stronger. But as long as you and I are aligned on the goal of this is to have a structured budget with hopefully some kind of management fee in there.
am I muted?
Well, that's the first time I heard you say, am I muted?
Oh. I've said that we did all that. It's done. The budget's set. The pricing set. And the only thing that they don't have is a SharePoint site and the admin pipeline.
So you're telling me you guys are doing training on a regular basis for them? You guys are introducing AI to them so that way you guys can show them how to securely use it, and that way they don't fall behind. That's included in the budget.
Yeah.
You know, just making sure all the users are good. Throw in a quarterly wellness check for all the users just to keep things up to par and give us a feedback loop. They may not be interested in all that. You know, I would say DLT would definitely benefit from that feedback loop. I'm sure they would want it, but Brandy Core is small enough to where that's optional for them. We can do ad hoc sessions if we want. You know, do 2 a year, depending on the budget they have, right? Between 500 and 2,500. Where do they fall in that budget for all the other parts of the tech plan? The team site, all of it, right? Are they paying $500 a month or $2,500 a month? And would we rather have that than to finance a phone system that's going to go away eventually? I would say fucking give them the fucking phone system if they agree to having VCIO. But that's us working together to get their budget lined out towards the MTP. I'm glad you got it all figured out towards your spreadsheet and what you're doing, but is it part of the bigger picture?
So, I mean, that's just what, I mean, so give them a free phone system and charge them for VCIO versus charge them for the phone system and give them VCIO. Like, this is not.
Well, what you want is your budget to be finance will go away. So I'd rather give them the phone system and charge them for VCIO. And we don't say that to them directly like that, Jay. That's how we digest it behind the scenes, right? When we talk to them, what we do is we throw out 2 options. We say, hey, we need to get you your server upgrade. Like over the next 3 years, here's your roadmap. And they need to have a roadmap. And when I meet with them tomorrow, we're going to go over their roadmap. And it's going to cover the 26 tech plan. It's going to cover the 29 tech plan. It's just going to go into those as far as the MTP goes, and it shows them, because in the MTP, we're going to not have our own data center. We're going there. Are they doing that this quarter? Probably not. But what quarter are we making these changes for they're getting off that server? Like we have roadmap items for them. If you go through each service group, okay, phone system, like when do we need to do the next thing with the phone system? When would be the next upgrade for that? You just go through the whole thing. Meraki, when's their firewall end of life? Well, they've got a new one, so they don't need that. They don't need a replacement soon. Their next replacement will be in, 30. I don't know. But as you go through and build out their roadmap, which I got to get all that done before tomorrow's meeting, they have a roadmap now. These are things that they get to just choose if they get it done or not. These are things that have to happen, right?
Exactly, and that's why it's just noise to them.
And
It just needs to be done.
and what I'm telling you right now is for us to do that across the board with all these clients, standardize. Jay, the clientele that we have right now is it's so tiny compared to everything else that we're going to be bringing in, especially if we go to Summit and they got an endless supply. Us working from matters and objectives pipelines should be what we're fucking golden at. We're only golden at working from the matters pipeline. We suck at having roadmaps and having these things laid out and doing regular reviews of the client, giving them insights to their tech plan and their matters and their objectives and how everything's going. They don't want to deal with it, they don't want to hear with it. But if we show up and say, hey, we're on point and we need this budget to keep this going, they're going to trust us to the point where they don't need to go through all the shit. There's like, if that's the budget, that's the budget. And to us, if we act like, hey, that's the budget, it is what it is. It's all practical. You don't have to push or sell. Let them go try fucking shopping for somebody else with all we're offering. We can't do all we're offering. The fucking reason why you're so scared of everything we're offering and how it's so comprehensive and it's like too much, you say, it's not when we do it through the MTP. It's actually quite simple. It breaks it down real easy for us to follow. They get a feedback loop. They get everything they need to keep their technology and their training where it needs to be. We need to practice it with more than 3 clients. I know you guys will be fine without doing it. I'm sure you guys will have plenty of business either way. But this is how I want to do business. So what are we doing to do? Are we showing up to Brandon Core together? Are you not going to the review? Like, what's the plan?
I mean, if you show up with the plan you got, you're gonna make everybody look like idiots.
Are you showing up or are you letting me go and look like an idiot?
I mean, I plan on showing up. Did they accept?
Yeah. When I talked to him on the phone, we locked in the date. I send them the thing. I never pay attention if they actually hit accept or not.
Okay.
Go look. Yeah, he accepted. You saw the invite, right? I laid out the agenda and everything. I guess what makes it look weak? Why are you saying it's weak or makes us look bad?
Because you haven't taken the time to find out what it is that we've already covered.
Well,
And you're contradicting things that are in motion.
well, that's weird. If we are working together and doing the MTP together, why are we so misaligned? Is that my doing? Is it my fault that I'm so out of the loop? Have I missed too many meetings? Was I not present for something? Or was this actively done behind my back?
I told you I had a review with them. In May.
And I've made it very clear for the last year that we're doing reviews together. I've been waiting for you for a long time. And you keep coming to me saying, well, I already did it. As if that's going to stop me from doing it. And maybe you think you can just keep pushing and kicking that can down the road, but this is either shit or get off the pot. So I've waited for you long enough. And you telling me you're doing it's even more insulting. It's basically you telling me to go fuck myself. So I'm not changing course. You can keep kicking and screaming and acting like a child all day long. And I don't want to you're making me pissed. I'm being shitty now. I don't want any of this BS. I want what I've been doing for all these years, and every one of these tech plans, the reason why they're willing to meet with me, even though you, Jay Gates, will tell me everybody fucking hates me, the only person that fucking brings that energy has been you. You have been the fucking catalyst of all of the fucking negativity. Do your thing, Jay. Show up and be negative. It's just going to help prove my point. I'm moving forward. I got, I don't know if Kevin's the right fit or not, but at least I have Eric in case it doesn't work. And Eric and Catherine, they're good people, and I trust them. I feel like we're in a good place to grow and build something bigger than either of us here. And yeah, I'm moving forward with it. And all I'm going to do is reach out to the clients to make sure that we're aligned, that you've told them that you're getting off the servers, or if you're like, hey, Joe, let's just get this done. Let's work together. What do we need to do? Let's get these reviews going. I want to make some money. When you're ready to do that, I can't wait.
Um, I've just seen this movie so many times before, and it ends up being a shit show.
Well, if that's the attitude you walk in there with, that probably
I
will
mean,
be true.
you're ready to have a meeting right now.
I feel confident in the framework that I have here, and to go in and have a cordial conversation with Matt. I have no problem being fully transparent because I trust in our story. I trust in our actions and our efforts. And yeah, I feel, I mean, I'm going to get their dashboard built today, but we don't even have a PSA at the moment, do we? Did you guys get that lined out? So that way, at least we have a PSA to show them.
Hang on a second, I gotta take this. Hello? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, just make sure it looks good. All right. Bye. So no, you're just gonna go in and wing it. Is that what we're doing?
Well, I have the dashboard. I have the agenda that's not changed in the last, I mean, ever since State Service Groups has been there, that's basically the review. But now that we have the three pillars, I don't think they've heard that part of it. So I'm definitely going to lay that out, explain the objectives versus matters, and let them know that, these, clients that want to use SharePoint and to simplify communications, we're going to have the support at brandycore.com for matters. Any kind of issues that pop up, you send that to the service desk, they'll take care of it. Any concerns about the tech plan or changing anything, there's admins because there's an admin team at Brandycore. They have an IT department, they have technicians. This is how we break down the workforce. We have gatekeeper, leads, users, and having the workforce management app, like, I won't have theirs done because they're not on the MTP yet. They haven't signed up for VCIO. They're still reactive. But if they do, they'll have more than just a shared library and a dashboard on their SharePoint site. It'll become a resource for them. And we can show, I have a few examples because I've gotten permission from both Wegman, Fisher, and AP Schweitzer to show off the apps that we've built to other clients that are interested in using the MTP. So I can show them the workforce management app, the admin pipeline, and all these other things. I help them stay focused on the business so that way they can work with their clients to do stuff. And when they get their free time, what we call maker time, we want to free up as much maker time for them as possible. And with this system, it allows that to happen. So if they want to, and I told Matt all this, I was like, Matt, I want an opportunity to lay out the framework. It's a lot, but it's clean. I'll be straight to the point. We'll get through it. And if you guys have any questions, we'll be there to answer them. He basically said, we can't spend a lot of money. He said he knows things need to get done, but they don't have money. So to me, it's about establishing a solid budget that will be happy to do all the things they need to do in the roadmap within that budget, which will save them money because they're guaranteeing this budget, right? I mean, are you okay not making $20,000 up front, but making, $40,000 over the next 3 years? Is that okay with you?
Yeah, but
Our main goal should be to lock in budgets and grow it as much as possible. Give them phones, give them technology, go above and beyond, but lock in the biggest budget you can pull out of them and let's get moving. And again, I'm not trying to make it sound like go in there and just try to jack prices and raise get the budget to meet in the middle. MTP standards, their client tech plan standards, right? A good account manager will know that client. They'll know the owner's going through a divorce. We got to be careful when we go in there. So when we prepare for a review before we go in there, sit down and show numbers and stuff. Boom. And we're not giving numbers tomorrow on the MTP. We're explaining how it works and if it fits into where, if it's something that is needed and will help them with whatever it is that they're going through right now. Yeah, the point of this is not to go in there and sell it to them right away. It's to get them excited about next quarter's review and to build off of this quarter's into next quarter's, if that makes sense. Now, everything you're doing for them, even when you meet with them, you're doing this in a reactive state, right?
I mean, I don't know if it's reactive. I mean, we've already talked about the fact that the servers are going to be moving to somewhere, whether it's 3Z or to Minnesota. It's not going to cost them anything because they don't. It shouldn't cost them anything. I think our pricing's in line with either. And then we went over all their users and the cost.
Did you record the review?
I did it in person.
You can still record it. One of the things that we need to get in the habit of, because it's not about being creepy, Jay. It's about, if you're recording it, you know you're going to be able to take it to AI and get a good transcript and a good readout and a good summary of your meeting. That's important to get that in today's age with where we are today and having regular reoccurring meetings, being able to build off of them as opposed to reinventing the wheel every meeting. Like, that's why I want reviews to be a very particular way. They're the most important piece of what we do. It's like the most important time. Those 4 meetings in the year, and only 2 of them are required. And clients usually don't like to fucking talk about shit they just want it done, right? You know that. So we need to make those 2 meetings, the 2 required meetings, count. One of them should be a financial at the end of the year meeting. That should be, if you have 2 and you're going to get 2 out of that client because they're a pain in the ass, make sure you do one before the end of their fiscal year to lock that in so we don't have a headache going into that with budget. And then get your other one, wherever you can. But there's a few things that you should be getting out of it. What, other than the divorce, what other things are they doing right now to try to help financially? Are they needing increased sales? Are they having problems? Like, what other areas are they having problems in? That's important to know that. I don't know if they'll divulge it all to you, but be as open and minded and looking out as, because you never know how we can help. Leadership.
Again, that gets into something that we're not necessarily qualified to and able to support.
Which is what is you're not able to, what are you not qualified to support?
Getting into their business management. Like,
Well,
they've got a CEO, a CFO, you know, if they have a technology problem and they bring it to us, then that's our business.
Well, hear me out for a second. When we look at the I don't think I have it on here. The three pillars and two pipelines are basically the core here. And when we look at this right here, the leadership one, the one on the far right here, it's workforce, but it's primarily leadership, because what we want them to understand is, and I don't know if you even I'm assuming you understand this, but the way the people use their technology is that's going to be how people experience them, both their employees and their customers. If leadership does not understand their tech stack and how it affects their identity, if I guarantee you, Matt, and what's the other guy, the older guy that deals with the RVs and stuff, is his name Matt too?
I mean, they got Greg Cozart, they got Matt Griever, they got
Matt
Mike
Griever,
Brandy.
Mr. Griever. Because I know he cares about how technology is managed to a certain point as well. And their servers being in my basement, for instance. He didn't want that to be part of their image, right?
I don't know if it was an image,
I think it
didn't
affects
know
their
if that was the best.
it is. It's a bit.
Practices.
Bottom line he cares about how his company looks and that they're professional and things are done right. We also care about Brandy Core's image and their identity. And when you are managing technology, if you don't understand where leadership is taking their identity, if we're not aligned on that, we could be taking them in the wrong direction. So the leadership stuff, to me, that's my helping that C-suite come together, because you're right, they have a CFO, they have a CEO, they have all these people, but all those people getting into a room with a technologist and actually having a conversation around these three pillars. We know how to get identity to look the way it does. We fill the objective pipeline with things to get us to where that needs to be. When matters happen, if you don't know if you don't know the direction you're taking your identity, you could be taking those problems and taking you further away from your desired state. What we want to do is understand the desired state, so when a problem happens, we can answer it in a way that gets us closer to our desired state. And Jay, I'm telling you, leadership, that's all of this stuff I'm talking about. I get that you don't feel comfortable in that area, but that is truly my passion. Technology is a piece of it, but really helping people and empower businesses. Every band I've joined, every company I've come into, I've wanted to empower them and to be amazing. And it doesn't necessarily have to be Joseph Sunderman. I get something from helping people meet their desired state. That is exactly what I like to do. That fulfills me. That gives me something. And I'm sitting here trying to get you to your fucking desired state, and you're fighting against it. That's what kills me.
I'm just trying to get you to see all sides.
We have to approach it with consistency. And every tech plan that we've built, they need to evolve. It's a moving target. The servers that all these clients are on, all their whole platform is an ecosystem that I put together. I didn't invent it. I'm not the shit or the king of the world. I just know this platform, and I know it needs a path for these people. It's a moving target. You can't just set it up and sit back and collect a check and it's done. I know we used to make jokes about that, but you actually have a lot of work to do around this shit. And if we can't even do a simple put a lab together and trial this out and make sure we're solid before we take it to a client, if we are so inundated day to day with reactive matters and firing from the hip to where we don't feel confident that we can execute on something like that, that's a problem, isn't it?
We can go back and forth on the whole lab thing for the rest of our lives. The issue was, unless you're actually going to implement it and use it, what did we need to test? I mean, we don't have anything on a domain. I mean, we don't have any data anymore.
Jay, you guys, you have to.
We
see.
We couldn't duplicate Kodiak's environment in our environment.
All I needed to duplicate was having a domain running in the cloud with maybe even a file server and print server on top of the domain controller, because we have clients that are going to have a domain controller and XYZ, right? So what we could have done at least was make sure that our VPN to like the site to site, not the user VPN where they get on their workstation, the VPN into the firewall, but because Azure is now a hub, a spoke to our hub, connecting that, which that took me some time to figure out, but I got it done. And I tested the environment and made it to where we can add multiple servers in the Azure environment tied to those resources and allow us to be like sitting at the office and grabbing a file and printing something from the servers that are in Azure as it's authenticating against the domain controller. Yes, testing all that out before we go to a client to do that. I don't want to test that out with the client, especially Kodiak that's paying us over $6,000-$7,000 a month and had the potential to have multiple tech stacks underneath it. Like that was a huge account. So yeah, I believe that even if we would have told Kevin, I understand you are wanting on Azure right now. We get that. We have a roadmap for that, and we should be there in the next 6 to 9 months. It should be done, but we need to do X, Y, and Z ahead of time to ensure that's good there. Our tech plan says, we plan on doing this in the 26 tech plan. You're like 18 months ahead of schedule, but if you give us some time, we'll get it done and have you in Azure. But for the time being, we need to keep you where you are. Can we go ahead and upgrade the servers? X, Y, at least you can be transparent with them and let them know what's going on. And that's what I want. I don't want to have to feel afraid we go to a client and tell them what's going on because they might get upset. Like that shit right there doesn't even bother. Like that never crosses my mind. The client's already with us. They already have their servers in our basement. If they didn't know that before, why are they just now finding out? That's a problem to me. Like, does that make sense?
No, but it doesn't matter. Don't need to relitigate it all over again.
All I'm trying to do is avoid running into situations like that again. You're freaking the fuck out and losing composure when we should be focused on the desired state. The desired state is that we both have a plethora of accounts that we manage, budgets that are doing well, in a framework that we put together that is serving our clients and us very well. Relationships are important. That's why you're a good account manager. That's why I think it's essential for you to be the face of these guys, but you have to learn the MTP and you have to you have to help figure out a way to get us the information that we need in order for it to be complete.
And what information would that be?
Well, when we meet with a client, there's only three ways they should interact with their account manager: reviews, sessions. Well, the third one's not really with the account managers, with technicians and wellness checks. You should only meet with the client to either do a review, that's going over something that they want you to go over with them. Hopefully that's during the quarterly meeting and you guys are in a good flow of that. That way they know to just wait till the quarterly meeting. If it comes up and you haven't had a quarterly meeting yet, I mean, use that instance to make it your quarterly review. And if you just stick to reviews are free. We don't track those. That's not part of their 5 hours a week or whatever, 1 to 5 hours a week. Reviews, they should get one review, 1 hour free every quarter for a solid business review.
All right, you're just repeating the same shit over and over again.
Exactly.
What
So
information do you need on Brandy Corp? What?
You need to have their with where they are reactive right now. We agree that they're reactive.
I mean, they've always been proactive.
We have proactive services in the background, but their tech plan, their tech stack itself, are we proactive on, do we have a roadmap? Are we?
Yep.
What's that?
Yep.
Let me see your roadmap. Show it to me.
Because they don't have a roadmap.
I'm not in a big hurry if you need a few minutes to look for it.
So it's all verbal.
Well, I know that currently right now, Brandy Core has unified comms that's in their current, well, I don't think, we have active and roadmap in here. And then the MTP has 3CX
You're not
upgrade.
sharing your screen.
So Brandy Core has the one unified comms, and then we have the data center move and 3CX upgrades to cover with them as far as the roadmap goes. And I know there's a lot more for their roadmap that needs to be put in here, but that right now would be what I would give for their roadmap. Anything that's MTP related that we need to get updated, like Edge browsers, like that should be an active thing, but we're going to push that to Q4, I thought, and make sure it goes live by 2026. Start pushing it in Q4, but make it mandatory in Q1. Well, not mandatory, but if they're going to continue using Chrome and not Edge, they've signed something that says we are aware, and if we're going to continue using Chrome, we know that if we get hacked through it, that's on us. And that could be just a simple email to the client. Hey, just wanted to see if you guys wanted to lock in that Edge profile policy, or if that's, if you guys want to keep things open with Chrome as it is. Yeah, we want to keep things with Chrome. Okay, well, just as long as you're aware, we'll support it. I mean, our standards are our standards. If someone's not going to follow a standard, we just need to know what standards aren't being followed, right? There's going to be some standards that we can't allow to be overstepped. But this is...
I mean, I don't know that anybody would overly argue between Edge and Chrome. I mean,
I'll
we
go
can
talk
show
to
them
AP
that
Schweitzer.
Edge is better, then it's just a matter of sitting down with every single person and setting up their profile.
Well, and that's why I like the wellness checks, because once the leadership team is trained on what a wellness check is and how we take the findings from those, we use that in our feedback loop. And that allows us, just by implementing a wellness check round where we would push that out through their team site, and it sends out an email to everybody on the team. It's all professional looking. We do it from their SharePoint tenant. Like, everything we do is through the Microsoft framework. We'll set up apps to remind them of things. The admin pipelines even get to the point where if something gets assigned to you, you get notified. And Scott thinks it's a bad idea, but I think it'd be cool if every day you come in, have AI scrape through the admin pipeline and give you a report that says, welcome, Jerry, today you have, these initiatives and these objectives and these items, these action items on your plate. If you get maker time today, here's what, recommendations for your day is. Like, that's the kind of stuff I see happening down the road.
All that sounds great, but I don't know where you fit that in what we do in the budget.
Well, again, we are their IT department, and by having their budget through us, these sites, when they have VCIO, we give them an intranet environment, we give them wellness checks, we give them X, Y, and Z. And there's a whole list of these things that they can utilize. And it's up to you to figure out, is it $500 a month or $2,500 a month? Where do you feel like you can, how much time do you feel like they need based off the size and where they are? And just know that they're going to have a team site. They're going to have a workforce management app where we track all the users. That way, the worksheet that we have, their team site essentially becomes that worksheet, if that makes sense. Worksheets should only be for reactive clients. Once they become proactive, all that information should be now kept on that profile for that user, for that company.
And then do they maintain it or do we maintain it?
Well, everybody that works at the company is got an assigned identity. Everybody logs into their Edge profile as them. The account manager uses admin @. The gatekeeper has the ability to say, give me the username and password for the admin account and let me set it up on my phone for MFA. But if they take over that account or we give it to them, we need some kind of sign off saying that, they have access to it and that we're not liable because they now are, something along those lines, if that makes sense. We don't want them using the accounts, but we want them to know that if we got hit by a bus or they hired somebody else, they just give that admin @ to whoever that is, and they will have the keys to the kingdom. That's how it's set up, right? I mean, that should objectively be true.
Yeah. Unless you're Cincy PCS and then but anyway, again, it goes back. You can present all this stuff, but I don't know that it's this. It can be that Wegman and Fisher can be duplicated on a Brandy Corp.
Every company's
I mean,
different.
they already say they don't have the budget. They have more pressing things to spend money on.
Pull up their worksheet. Pull up their worksheet, share your screen. I'm going to go grab a drink. Go to the first tab. Oh, charging them for their LAN and their WAN now, are you? Good. They actually have 2 of each, by the way. That's $100 off there. But you know what? Actually, never mind. I forgot. We're keeping that in the data center cost. Never mind. Because they have a LAN and a WAN that we give them an IP address, right? Do we give them an IP address? I don't remember. If we're giving them an IP address directly, I start charging $25 a month for that. I don't know if you remember that or not. That's considered WAN to 2, right? So if they get a public IP address through us, that means they're using bandwidth through an IP that we've given them. That's $25 a month. I don't know if that's overkill or if that's. I'm just trying to make sure the budget covers as much as possible. Because we don't nickel and dime our clients, right? We don't bill them for time. I mean, so depending on the situation, but we do a lot of free shit for our clients, or we do a lot of shit that we don't track and bill for, however you want to say it. So they don't have any spare workstations there? So if one goes bad, we have to go out and buy one right away?
I mean, they have 13 workstations, but only 1 or 2 people in the office at any one time.
So what's the other 11 people?
A lot of them are multiple computers.
Like
Donna's
Matt
got 3.
has one at home and at the office, you mean?
Yep. Donna has 3. Matt Grieber has 2. And then if they got a couple of sales guys and Mike Doty.
All right, go back to the first tab. M365. Are you planning on giving? So are we only doing that to manage clients that they pay their own shit? Because I really don't want clients that are proactive to pay their, like, we should be making as much money as possible off of reactive clients. We should bill them for every phone call, everything. Proactive, there's a mix. And I guess my question to you is at what stage do you think it should be where, hey, you just pay us to manage your tech stack and you buy all your own shit? Is that something that your clients would want? Do you think Brandy Core would want to eventually own their own tech stack, pay for it themselves, and just pay us a management fee? Or do you not want it that way?
I mean, I think that they prefer just to have one bill and not have to worry about 4 or 5 different bills.
I agree, which is why we can have the management fees, and then if we are supplementing anything, we put that in there as well, but it's worked into the overall budget. $450 a month on phones. What are they paying now?
$450 a month. But that has the server build out, the user build out, the licensing, the phones,
Well, Jay,
for
you're going to spend
for
what,
3 years,
$500
close to 2,000.
$2,000 to host a phone server?
But to build out the whole environment and supply 11 phones and the license is like $800 with the
Well, it's
hosting.
$300 for the license, then like $500 for the hosting. So yeah, it's that's when you said 500. I was like, is that including the hosting? But yeah, so but once we pay for the license and it's hosted,
3 years, it goes down to 300.
okay, so 300 times 3 is $900, right? Wait a minute, what are you saying? Let me go to their fucking site real quick.
And $150 a month is us financing their phone system for the next 3 years. So it's basically they're paying Cincinnati Bell $450 a month now. Their bill's staying the same for the next 3 years, but they get a new phone system and new phone. And then after that, the $150 drops off.
So, how much are the phones going to cost? They want desk phones. They didn't like the cell
do.
phone
They want 11 desk phone.
with
And
one
I'm
or two
charging
people.
them $249.
They want one or
I'm
two
charging
people.
$249.
So one or two people are
That's
going
what-
to the office every week or every day.
That's what Matt Grieber wanted. He didn't want the cell phone. He wanted a phone on everybody's desk.
Is he aware that their computers can be a phone as well? I just, so hear me out real quick. I'm not trying to hurt your sales. I'm just trying to be practical and do what's best for the client.
They saved $7 for every phone they don't get. They were offered that.
$7 for every phone. You mean $7 a month?
$7 a month.
Yeah. So let's just time out for a second. I get what all was said and stuff, and I know that I'm coming with this from a fresh perspective that probably doesn't know everything, and I'm gonna sound like an idiot. But let me sound like an idiot for a second. So if we set this up regularly for $250 a month as a service, we'd be making $250 a month off of them for phone service, and having them pay for their own licensing and hosting. I'd almost say the first year you're going to make at $250, you're going to make $3,000, right? So the reason why I'm going down this rabbit hole, how much is the 11 phones? A phone's what, $300?
Yep.
What phone are you going with?
Whatever for the router phones are. But
Are these the ones that you're getting? Not the wireless ones, are they?
you're not sharing your screen. I'm sharing mine. No, we're not getting those. I don't think. I don't know. I gotta get with Alan. We haven't ordered anything. Probably something along the T57 line.
T57s are outdated. Well, not the T56s is what I was thinking of. But that's the Teams one. Can't remember which one it was. But regardless, if we go with a T57W, and we want 11 of them, yeah, it's just such a unnecessary. I mean, I can see them getting a few of them for the front desk, getting a conference room phone. Are they wanting an actual conference room phone, or?
I think just a phone.
Because they have it set on that little credenza type thing on the end of the room, right? Underneath that poster or whatever.
Yep.
Well, either way, share your screen again. Let me see that budget again. You're only charging $200 a month. Go down a little bit more.
far as I know, those are the pricing that we have. I don't know.
That's a good question. What's going on with their website?
Daughter might manage it.
Oh my God, that's right. I forgot about her. Where is she at in the picture?
As she comes in and goes.
Get her in that review tomorrow. What was her name? Christy? No,
Cake.
Amy.
Cake.
I remember her calling in service desk. I was covering one time, and her and I had a decently long conversation. Like after I helped her quickly with her problem, because she just got that MacBook or whatever, and I was asking her how she liked the MacBook, and she told me a little bit about what she was doing, and told her a little bit about what I did, and she's like, "Yeah, we definitely need X, Y, and Z." I totally forgot all about that conversation. Um, she made it sound like she really wants like to have a central place for things, and things are messy there. Like the server has everything on it, but it's not like she wants to be able to get to it. Like SharePoint is what they need. The people only work from. That's what I'm trying to say is they're hurting internally, and we can help them, and we want to help them and put time towards that. And we don't need a lot of budget right now, Jay. Let's get things rolling to where they get excited about it and then see the value and then do budget from there. So figure out a way to get their phone bill, their unified comms. I'm not saying to get rid of the what I'm saying is let's make this is lower, but let's get them to get 1 hour into VCIO, $500 a month into VCIO. We make them an offer. Did you already offer them financing on the phone system?
Yep.
You already give them numbers and everything, right?
Yep.
Did you already give them something in writing on the server side of things?
As far as
Moving the servers.
no, I just told them at the beginning of the year that sometime this year, or at some point, our server is going to be near end of life, and we're going to look at moving them somewhere.
So you're charging $625 per server right now, and you're not backing up to 365. That's $250 a month right there. You need to throw that on. Are you not backing up there?
They don't have the SharePoint yet.
It's backing up their emails and everything. Like it's not just. Yeah, I get it. They're not heavy in using libraries right now. We need to make that a because every user has the Office tools on their local machine, but they have to remote in to do work on the financial stuff.
The handful of people that work in Sage work off the server. The rest of the people work off their computers.
And the people that working in Sage on the server, we can add their OneDrive and put shortcuts to their OneDrive for the important libraries that they need to access. that would make it so much easier because as they're storing files there, everybody that's working locally, not on the server, if they have the same libraries, a shortcut to the same libraries in their OneDrive, like they all are sharing folders is basically what I'm saying, whether they're on their local machine or on the server or whatever.
Well, they do that now through the VPN and the map drive.
Which SharePoint would be a much better experience. And eventually we'll get rid of the server from having to have, it'd be nice if they got away from having to have everybody, like you're saying only 5 of them work from the server period. So we only have 5 users on the server. I thought we had everybody getting into the server to do everything.
No, when we rebuilt their terminal server 3 years ago, we set it up so that only the people that need Sage log into the server, the rest VPN, so that it didn't tax the server because they were having speed issues. When people were just going out there in there to read their email.
Now, if we had Sage installed on a server and everybody was using VPN, does that work or no?
No, you don't want to run a database through a VPN.
Well, I don't. The bottom line here is to meet with the client, let them know that we're managing their tech plan, let them know what the tech plan is, the 3 pillars, the 2 pipelines. We have a triennial system. That's a 3-year platform where we're ending this 23 tech plan. Now we're getting ready to go to 26. And, Jay's the manager of the account. I know he's learning the MTP. He's, adopting it at his own pace, his own speed. Part of this whole thing is that we come in and we look at the tech plan and we give you an assessment as far as where it is. And I would say, do you know of any pains internally with their team collaborating and working together? Because she seemed to sound like there was some friction, like things aren't great as far as the technology stack goes. Like there's a lot of improvements that need to happen. Is that across the board, or is she alone on that?
That'll probably be a conversation that we'd have to have with her, but I don't even know that she's there every day, and I don't know what even that does, except she's my Brandy's daughter and maybe does the website.
She did say that both Kramer and Griever, like, they know there's things that need to be upgraded, but they just, for whatever reason, things aren't getting done or whatever. It's the same thing in any place that we go to. There's internal politics to every business. And I'm not saying that, do we need to get in the middle of their business? Do we need to tell them how to run their business? What we want to show them is that, I guess what I need to show everybody is that, I can come into the scene and help make things better. Not for what I want, but hearing their problems and facing the things that they're facing and trying to get where they're trying to get. I can come in and help fill gaps or find ways to make things better. And usually it's done through the lens of technology, tracking things, being able to make good decisions by having everything clearly laid out in front of you. You can't make solid decisions and know where you're going budget-wise if you don't have it laid out in front of you. That's why I want this spreadsheet was the first evolution of our framework. It's evolved into these beautiful sites now where we're managing things and teams are collaborating and communicating. Like even employee reviews, we've automated those to some degree. Evaluations. Fisher's doing something I think is a little bit, like it's a little bit too impersonal. I think they've automated it too much. But check this out. Am I sharing my screen? No, you're sharing yours. Go down to the bottom. Let's finish this one. because we're not doing anything for their website. We don't take care
Nope.
of the domain registration.
Nope.
All right. Go to their LOB applications. Is this everything?
I don't see 365 on there.
Well, Office 365. I'm assuming that
Yeah.
that's all. I mean, you can put 365 after Office. That might help.
Yep. That's it, everything.
So they use TimberScan for their own books internally, or Sage for their own books internally. TimberScan is what
And it's a module of Sage.
and TimberScan is what they use for the property management stuff. Sage is what they use for internal bookkeeping. Is that right?
I think TimberScan manages the expenses of the property management, and Sage does the bookkeeping.
Yeah. On use case for TimberScan, I would put property management expenses or something like that. But there's not other apps that they use for business. They don't do social media. They don't have any other tech services that they pay for that we don't have listed here. Like, isn't Spectrum or Cincinnati Bell part of their tech stack? That's a service they have. Do they have a security service there? Do they have any kind of camera system there? That's part of their applications. Door system, there's a door locking system there. Again, you have to think of it as you're the IT manager of their whole business. Do we have their full tech stack listed here? All their apps, all of their services. That way, when we do a review or an assessment, we get a full picture.
I mean, are we putting phone systems now on the LOB app?
It needs to be. So these are apps that we're building. In fact, it's going to be part of the MTP app that we're building. We have the workforce management app that lists all the people. We're also going to have LOB apps and services. That's going to list all the services and products that they use for the company. We're going to have.
It's not expensive.
It's not what?
Not expensive. And not expensive.
Expenses are anytime we purchase something like on a reactive basis, like reoccurring services, like that. There will be an expenses section where we track the budget and expenses. Yeah, you're getting into the weeds where we break all this down. So the way we have a security stack, we have a data stack, we also have a financial stack. We have reoccurring, we have one-time budgets. Like the MTP is huge, and we have to break down all this stuff and track it a certain way. So expenses.
Yeah, it's on IT spend.
Yes. So this right here is how we track all of the financial portions of it. The LOB apps and services is going to be an app that all the employees can see. Here's all the stuff, if it pertains to them, here's all the apps that we have for the business, and we can track that. This is on the financial side. Here's how. So usually this will be in their bookkeeping. We will get with their bookkeeper that has everything marked as technology. We'll want to get with them, so that puts that in here. And that will also fill the gaps because we'll use the LOB apps and services list and the expenses list to make sure there's no, that we're reconciling that properly. An account manager should make sure that those two are aligned, if that makes sense. But you're not going to make one list be both, if that makes sense. And I'm not an application specialist, and I don't want you to get too far in the weeds because there may be just an expense report that we can pull the LOB apps from and put it over.
however that'll work on the back end, that's Chris Brock's department. I don't care. But right now, everything's manual. And we have to have all these lists, and we have to do all this work right now. Eventually, if we get everybody consistent enough, we have when you go to Fisher, Wegman, or AP Schweitzer right now, all their team sites, each one of them has a tech plan in the navigation. And are they all consistent with each client? No, I'm working on that now. I'm working to build that. Here's what the tech plan will look like in each. And it's broken down by service groups and areas of the tech plan, if that makes sense. Yeah, I understand a lot of this is a work in progress, but there's a lot that's already been done that we can implement today. And Brandy Core, meeting them where they are, meeting them where we are. That's what we're trying to accomplish here. You're acting as an account manager that's going to manage their stuff. And if you're going to be proactive in it, having these apps filled out will help you be proactive. I would say having a team site and our core apps built, that would make them proactive on the tech stack side. Right now, they're reactive because they're not using the SharePoint sites. The next step in the MTP to take you from reactive to proactive is having a team site and actually using it to manage the tech plan. That would be proactive. When they want an admin team site for the leadership team and the objective or their admin pipeline, that's when they're getting into manage. And that's when you're really working with leadership and they've seen the value because you've taken them to reactive. And now you have their business running in SharePoint and you're managing that for them and helping leadership understand it and building the apps to be accurate. Then they can qualify to go to managed.
Right. But when you have $600 or $1,200, I guess it's $1,200, $1,250 going towards servers that you can't get rid of, and you have a fixed budget that you're already pushing at $3,300 a month, does it make more sense to wait until they're ready to move off the servers in the SharePoint if you have that fixed budget?
Well, I think it's about aligning the budget through the roadmap, right? So what I would say is if we're looking at their, let me go back to CTP manager, find Brandy Core real quick. Brandy Core is at, where are you, Brandy Core? So they're going up $500. $28.75 is what was in the CTP manager. So the way I would look at it, Jay, is I would try to add VCIO at $500 a month, 1 hour, and put the unified comms at $250. If you're financing something, then say it's financing. But what I'd rather see you do is put that at $250 and offer them to either purchase everything outright. And I know it's too late for this, so we have to figure out some other finagled way of doing it. Either offer them the reactive, pay for it as you go, and maybe we can finance over 6 months or something, but no more than 6 months or a year. I think we made a cap at a year, minimum 6 months, cap at 12 months. We don't want to finance things for more than 12 months. Maybe you do, I don't know. But getting them to approve $500 for VCIO, $250 for phone service, that raises them up $750, right? We give them a discount of $250 towards servers because we know they're going away soon, or we're going to be doing a project soon, and we build that in a way say, once your servers moved, this discount goes away, but your budget won't change. And we make it to where when they move the servers, that we figure out a way to bring their price down.
What you're doing is you're just giving them VCIO for free. Why do you just give them VCIO for free? Why are you making it so convoluted?
I'm not making convoluted. I'm putting the dollars where they should be going. I'm not putting 450 at VoIP service when really it should just be 250 a month because they're small enough to be our baseline. Just like AP Schweitzer, I would look at them. I know they have more things. They have RBs and all this other stuff, but to me, they're the similar sizes of AP Schweitzer. Is that fair?
I
think they're bigger than AP Schweitzer. They're bigger than AP Schweitzer. They have servers. They have a few other things. But as far as phone service goes, I don't see them being bigger than AP Schweitzer. So if they want to have desk phones, make them buy their own goddamn desk phones. And you can finance that if you want, however you want to do that. That's fine. But don't put that into the unified comms budget. You're the one that's make these numbers as true as possible for the next 3 years.
But it makes sense because we're replacing their phone system and we're taking their budget they're currently spending for their phone system and we're applying it to their new phone system.
I get that, but we don't need to apply all the money to the phone system. 200 of that could be going towards VCIO. The phone system is only $250 a month. You're just saying, hey, when I got Wegman Company to get rid of their Windstream, which was $2,500 a month, so we can put that budget in other areas. I didn't put that budget into their phone system just because that's where it came from. Like their phone system costs what it costs. I took that budget savings, I put it where it needed to be. Does that make sense? So just because you got it from the phone
But they
system,
came out of pocket and they bought all their own phones. They don't want to come out of pocket.
you can
The
still
only
finance
reason
the
they're willing
phones.
to do the phone system
finance
is if we
phones.
finance the phone.
Finance the phones, but phones don't. So remember, again, I'm not trying to. This is all laid out a very particular way for a very certain reason. And how we do our invoicing, how we break down how we categorize these. Remember, every client should get 2 invoices a month, one for the services that are rendered and one for the expenses. These phones are not part of their services. They're an expense. And every month they should be getting, if they have expenses for that month, they should get an invoice for the expenses. That is separate from the services. And I can show you if we look at, and I'm living by this because I don't want you thinking I'm making you do things that I wouldn't do myself. Let me show you. Let me go to Wegman real quick.
It's no different than the Meraki.
iCore invoicing. They have a 2024 services. This is when we started. Here's all 12 for those months. Here's 2025. And you can see we got all the way up until recent. But they also have an expenses one. And this is where all expenses go. They don't do a whole lot of expenses. But if they bought a phone system and they financed it through me, because I purchased it all and just charged them a month after the fact, it would be an expense invoice, not a services invoice. So what I'm trying to do is get you to decide when we look at in the future.
What you're trying to do is find a budget from VCIO, and it's already allocated into new phone.
And that's making you upset because of why?
Because if they want VCIO, they can pay for VCIO. You lowering the server expense or lowering another number in order to fill another box.
You're the one that said that their server price will go down eventually. You're the one that said their server price would go down eventually.
I never said I said their server prices should stay the same when they move. Their server price will go down eventually when they get rid of Sage, but right now
that's what I was talking about.
The cost to move to a web-based management system is prohibitive. So lucky for us that they're willing to stay with servers and not go to a cloud-based Sage, because that would eliminate $1,250 out of our budget that we would then replace some with SharePoint and then some with VCIO. But that could be 2-3 years from now. And our price for servers is going to go up
Well, your price,
dramatically.
your price for servers are already underpriced as they are right now with what we have. You should be at $275 a month, I believe. Let me go make sure I'm not being a liar. I got the admins right here. Go to their dashboard. Yeah. And then Data Vault, you have yours overpriced, which made me think, well, maybe that balances out, so I didn't make a big fuss over it, right? But I mean, Jay, all I'm trying to do is get us to align here and to be consistent. Like, you're right, every business is going to be different, but these things we can't control. These are we have controls that we can be consistent